At St Paul's Church, we are currently thinking about how we can use our time, talent and treasure for the glory of God and for the extension of his kingdom. In the book of Acts in the Bible, we meet a variety of people who were able to give their time, talent and treasure to help to build the kingdom of God. One of those people was a lady called Dorcas. Dorcas is a Greek name which means gazelle. She was also known by her Aramaic name, which was Tabitha, but we shall call her Dorcas. So what do we know about Dorcas? Well, Dorcas lived in the seaside city of Joppa. Joppa was about 40 miles from Jerusalem, and it was an important harbour city that was right by the Mediterranean Sea. In the past, huge cedar trees from Lebanon had been floated along the coast to Joppa and then transported to Jerusalem to be used in the building of the temple there. We don't know how old Dorcas was, or if she was married or widowed, but we do know that she was always busy sewing coats and other clothing to give to poor widows and their children. A widow is a lady whose husband has died. In Bible times, it was a hard life being a widow with no husband to look after you. People in Joppa thought highly of Dorcas. She was always helping the poor widows, and she made a huge impact on her neighbourhood because she was so kind, caring and helpful. Dorcas was a disciple of Jesus. She believed in Jesus and showed God's love by helping others. One day, Dorcas got very ill, so ill that she died. People were very upset. They remembered how much she had helped others and had believed in God's Son Jesus. Dorcas's body was placed in an upstairs room, and people cried and mourned her loss. Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, was staying in a nearby town called Lydda. People had heard that Peter had healed a sick man there. So when Dorcas died, her friends sent a message asking Peter to come to Joppa at once in the hope that he would be able to help and heal Dorcas and bring her back to life. When Peter got the message, he set off immediately for Joppa. When he arrived, he was taken to the upstairs room. Peter asked all the mourners to leave him alone with Dorcas. Then he knelt and prayed for Dorcas as Jesus had shown him, asking God to bring her back to life. As Peter prayed, Dorcas opened her eyes and sat up. Peter thanked God for answering his prayer. He took her by the hand and helped her to her feet. Then Peter called all the widows and her friends together and presented Dorcas to them alive. Everyone was so happy to see Dorcas alive and well. The news of this miracle spread all over Joppa, and many people began to follow Jesus and to help poor people as a result. We hope you enjoyed hearing about Dorcas, and now we have a couple of questions for you. Why was Dorcas's work making clothes so important? Who did she help? Why did she help? And how can we be like Dorcas? We are now going to divide into small groups in breakout rooms for about 5 minutes, and we would like you to spend a few minutes talking about the story of Dorcas. Here's the question again. Why was Dorcas's work making clothes so important? Who did she help? Why did she help? And how can we be like Dorcas? See you in a few minutes.